Hello, you guys. So, I want to talk to you today about grocery budget busters. We all know what they are. We don't really want to admit it, but we all do know what they are. So, they're the things that when we go to the store just to get a handful of things for dinner, say, and then we wind up with 4 or 5 bags because we saw this really good stuff on sale, even though we didn't need it. And it wasn't on our list. And we went to the store while we were hungry. And it just keeps going and going. So today we're going to go over them. And we all already know what they are, but it helps to have it, have the reminder. At least it does for me anyway, because I'm a little prone to going over my budget or getting stuff that wasn't on my list. Either way. So let's start with the first one, which is my issue, and that is chips. Yes, I am a salty person. Not nasty salty, but the salty that is in chips with that crunch, and it's just amazing. I love it. So that's my issue. And that is a lot of people's issue. Because a lot of times we go to the store and we're starving to death because we haven't had dinner yet. We go after work, all of the whole thing. So at least what we could do is buy the chips when they're on a really, really good sale. And then buy several of them, and then we have another problem, because then we have to try to not eat them because we know we have 6 bags in the pantry. That's for a whole totally different video. Right now we're just going with trying to remember the things that are busters of our budget. So the next one is cookies, crackers, granola bars, all of that stuff. Which, if you have a sweet tooth, you're super familiar with this one, or if somebody in your family does. Now, with the cookies, we can always make cookies at home. Yeah, we have to buy the stuff, but all of the things that you would use for cookies, you can use for other items. So that's a good thing. You can use them for breads, for cornbread, for all kinds of things. So even though we have to buy those things, having it at home and making them, we can make so many more, and we also don't have to worry about all of the stuff that's in them. So, and then the other thing is if we're having a major sweet tooth, you can see right behind me, I got all this fruit right here. I know it's not the same, but if we throw some of that in there, some of that sweet tooth will go away, a little bit of it. So the next one is drinks, which is one that I think we all fall prey to this. We get juices and soda and fancy waters and wannabe sodas, like, the seltzer waters, because we really want the fizz. And what I can say in this scenario is trying to get yourself used to having water, coffee, tea, milk. Maybe make a big jug of iced tea, because that big jug of iced tea is like pennies on the dollar compared to what you're going to spend, for the big, what is it called? Something Peak. Anyway, it's really good tea. And sweeten it yourself. And it would be so much cheaper to do it that way. And the juice is another one. If you're feeding it to kids, you can always water it down. Or even if you're not feeding it to kids and you are drinking it yourself, you can always water it down. I do that, as a matter of fact, with orange juice, because a lot of times it's super potent. It's a little too much for me, so I'll water it down. Or, water it maybe either with just water, or I will do apple juice, which seems kind of weird, but it kind of seems like it breaks the acidity a little bit. So yes, I do buy juices. However, I make sure they are on a super great deal most of the time, and then I just have them, and they're not on my weekly shopping list. All right. Ice cream. This is my husband's Achilles heel. He loves them. So, if you are an ice cream family, I don't know if you have a grocery outlet near you or something like that, some sort of a discount grocery. I got the huge containers of ice cream, the ones that are like this. And I got 2 different flavors, and I think they were like $5 for these huge, buckets, that's the best way to buy them. Don't buy, the little, whatever the quart, whatever 1.5 quarts or whatever it is. Don't buy those for like $7 or $8 when you get a big, huge thing of it for, $5. So investigate the grocery outlet if you don't have one. In most areas, we have some sort of a discount grocery store. So check that out. Next one is all the convenience foods. And I am guilty of this too. Like I said, I need all these reminders just as much as you do. So that would be all the things, all the mixes and frozen foods, all of those. If it's in the freezer aisle, you can freeze it at your house. You can make it and freeze it. Just walk up and down the freezer aisle. If it's in there, you can do it. Whether it's vegetables, lasagna, potatoes, all of that kind of stuff. Now, again, with the freezer aisle stuff, if you are going to buy some, buy the big bag of tater tots or some frozen burritos or whatever. I'm not saying we should never buy those. I think they can be great, for throwing in the oven or maybe in your air fryer or something like that. They're great. And they're also a really good alternative to going out to eat. So if you're already going to go out to eat and maybe have a meal that's a little bit less of a homemade, less than a homemade meal, nutritionally and all that, then you might as well do it cheaper. Because a lot of times, it's not the fact that we want to, go to this restaurant specifically. It's that maybe we don't want to clean up. We're tired, whatever. And it's not even the restaurant experience that we're after. So if that's the case, have some stuff in your freezer that will help you with that, with those nights where you don't feel good. You don't, you're tired, whatever the case may be, or you just don't want to do the darn dishes and you don't want to wake up to them in the morning. So have some stuff in your freezer. I guess that's what I'm saying, is if we're going to do it, and most of us are going to do it, if we're going to do it, we can do it cheaper, we can do it more budget friendly, and do it less of an impulse and do it intentionally. If you want the chips, here's an example. Albertsons just had either Frito-Lay, I think it was Doritos. They had those for buy 2, get 3 bags free for Labor Day. That's great. It's a great time. You get 5 bags. If you do that deal twice, you get 10 bags. Rather than spending $5 or $6 or however much a bag of Doritos is right now, one time, you can get all of those and have them, in your pantry or whatever for later. Now, if you have little kids and you're worried about having all the big bags, then you could just put them all in the little snack-sized Ziplocs, and that would help as far as portion control. Or if you want to take them for lunch or whatever, those little snack bags are great for that. It's a lot cheaper to buy the big bag and put it in little baggies than it is to buy the little individual bags. Anyway, guys, I hope this is helpful, and I hope we all kind of realized, ooh, yeah, I probably shouldn't be doing that. Or, I'm going to keep doing it, but I'm going to do it cheaper. Either way, it's a good thing. Just bring it out in the open. Let's talk about it, right? So tell me what you usually overspend on. I'll tell you mine. I usually overspend on anything salty, because I'm a salty person, like I said. So crackers, chips. Let's see. And a lot of times I will go a little bit overboard. I know it's not on this list, but I'll go a little bit overboard on the produce because I really want to use it. And then I don't wind up using it. So I have to freeze it, which is fine. I wind up using it, but okay. So tell me yours down in the comments and I will see you in the next video. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, I'll talk to you next time. Bye.